I'm never going to wakeboard, so why would I want a wakeboard tower? Stick around to find out the pros and cons of wakeboard towers on this video. Hi, I'm Sean from Lens Cove Lessons in Boating. And if you roll back the clock about 20 years, wakeboarding was becoming one of the most popular water sports out there. So it was replacing water skiing because water skiing is such a single event, and wakeboarding all of a sudden made water sports social, and it was a little bit easier, and it was something new and more dynamic. So wakeboard towers started showing up on boats, and they really were so that you could tow a rider more efficiently on a wakeboard. And that is because the higher tow point that a wakeboard tower gives you allows for a cleaner pull out of the water and allows for you to do more tricks when you're jumping wake to wake or jumping on a wake as you're being pulled up instead of being pulled down. So that's really where a wakeboard tower came into play in the boat market. Today, in the towboat industry and even in the regular bow rider industry, wakeboarding is still around and still popular, but it's past the peak. So what we're finding now is that there are towers on boats for people who never use them. And on today's video, we're going to cover the pros and cons of a wakeboard tower and tell you all the reasons you should consider one, even if you'll never use it. Okay, so first, the pros of a wakeboard tower. One of the things we love about the wakeboard tower, beyond being able to pull a wakeboarder more efficiently, is how solid it is. And what I mean by that is that when you're going down the lake, it doesn't move at all. And because of that, your bimini top, which is often built into the wakeboard tower, is tight like a drum. And so when you're going down the lake, there's absolutely no noise. There's no flapping of the bimini. There's no rattling of the bimini frames because everything is built in. There's also no straps that go down to the dash or forward, and there's no rear stanchion. So you really have a more solid structure for your bimini top. Also, when you're getting on and off the boat, a tower makes an awesome spot to hold on to as you get out of the boat and onto the dock. So if you have people with mobility issues, or just to give you a helping hand, it's a great thing to be able to grab onto as you get in and out of the boat. Thirdly, you can tie things to it. You can't tie anything to your regular bimini top because it'll break it, but you can tie spring lines, fenders, and all kinds of things to this. You'll also be able to get wakeboard holders that mount to the tower so you can get the wakeboards up and out of your boat and keep it clean. The other pro for a wakeboard tower is that the navigation light is up on top, and that has three really great features. One, it's always on the boat and you never have to go looking for it. It's not in the bilge and you have to go dig it out when you want a light. You just turn the switch on the dash. It doesn't blind you when you're in the boat because it's shaded by the bimini top. So a traditional anchor light, which is at the back of the boat, is very blinding to the driver because it reflects off the dash. But because the anchor light is up on top and shielded by the bimini, it doesn't blind you near as much. So some of the cons of a wakeboard tower are, it's absolutely more expensive than a traditional bimini. So expect to pay about 3 times as much as a regular bimini top for a tower with a bimini top built in. It's not exorbitantly expensive, but it is definitely more expensive. The other thing that happens is be very careful on the used boat market because some people have installed wakeboard towers on boats that were really never designed to have them. So it puts a lot of stress on the deck where it's mounted and can lead to spider cracking or even structural damage if it wasn't reinforced properly. The last con is that if you're consistently going under a bridge or in and out of a garage or in and out of a lower storage area like a boathouse, you may find that the wakeboard tower, if it doesn't collapse easily, is a bit of a pain. So you may have been buying a boat and thought, I don't really need a wakeboard tower, but you really should consider it. One thing to keep in mind is that on the used boat market, it is very popular to have one, so you're going to negatively impact your resale value if you buy a boat without a wakeboard tower. And almost all new boat manufacturers are building them not as standard items yet, but almost always dealers are stocking boats with wakeboard towers, so you almost now rarely see one without it. Thanks for joining us on today's Lens Cove Lessons in Boating. Make sure you subscribe to get on board for more of these type of videos. If you like today's video, make sure you throttle that like button, get out on the water, have fun, and stay safe.